dear students, today we are in a very natural setup to understand friction and force. This is National Highway 28 and if you will continue going on this road, you can go to Delhi. One additional information I will give you here that this road, my dear students, is east-west corridor of India. It goes from the top east corner to the top west corner of India. Okay, this was proposed by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. This is east-west corridor of India. Okay, so why are we here? Why are we here with all these trucks and buses? Because we are going to understand today friction. Okay, and this is the best example of friction, a national highway which I could find. So we are here. Before understanding friction, I will like to discuss two things with you. First thing is that force is of two types. First one is a contact force, okay, and second one is a non-contact force. Now what is a contact force and what is a non-contact force? A contact force is that force which is applied only when there is a direct contact between two objects. Without touching, without physically being in contact with it, we cannot apply force in case of contact forces. Okay, just like push or pull, we need to hold on to that thing to pull it, or we need to have our hand to grab it to push it, right? So without touching, without being in proper physical contact, we can't push or pull, we can't apply force. But there are certain aspects of force, certain types of force which can be applied even without getting into really contacting, okay? And that type of force, my dear students, is called non-contact force. If I'll have to give you an example, I will say gravitational force. If something in my pocket is kept here, let's say my mask is here, and if I will leave it, it will drop, right? How did it drop? Which force is pulling it downward? Gravitational force. Is it in contact with the earth when it is pulled? No, it is not in contact. So this type of force is a non-contact force. Similarly, we have magnetic force. If magnets attract anything, they don't come in contact before attracting. That is a non-contact force. Okay. Now, after understanding this contact and non-contact force, we will see, understand what is friction. Okay, friction is a very important aspect of all the contact forces. As you can see, these vehicles are traveling on this road. The road becomes older. The tires of all those vehicles, small and heavy vehicles, buses, trucks, tractors, their tires become older by time, gradually. How? Because of the friction. Okay? You have somehow known that friction is a force which is applied whenever we rub two objects together, it becomes warm due to friction, right? Resistance, which is not allowing me to pass my hand, this is called friction. Okay? So today we will explore different aspects of friction. First of all, let us see a few properties of friction. Okay? So first thing is that whenever we will rub anything on one surface, it produces friction. Okay? Second thing is that it is always, opposite. Always opposite. Like my hand, if I am pushing it like this, the friction force always be opposing. Okay. If the cars and buses are traveling in this way, the friction will always be opposite on their direction of movement. Okay. Okay. The amount of friction which is acting between two surfaces depends on the nature of the substance. Okay, like if I will throw myself on this road, what will happen? No, not right now, not that side, this side. If I will throw myself on this side on this road, what will happen? I will slide a few inches and then I will stop. If I will throw myself, suppose I jump on a slippery surface like a soil which is just now after raining, a soil. I will slip over a few feet, and if I will throw myself on a plastic with a lot of water on it, I may slide to several meters So that is, the friction is always dependent upon the type of surface. Okay. The smoother the surface, the lesser the friction. The rougher the surface, the higher the friction. Okay. So this is very commonly understood thing, that if something is very smooth, it will have less friction. But if something is very rough, it will have more friction, isn't it? Okay. Now, mass is also considered in case of friction. Okay? More the mass of the body, more the friction. Light things will have less friction. Suppose if I have to take a let's say plastic ball or plastic box, okay, and I will slide it over here, the amount of friction will be less. But then again I will take an iron cube of the same size, and then I will slide it over here. What will happen? The iron cube will have more friction. Okay. So similarly, and the amount of friction does not depend on the area of contact of the surface. Okay. The amount of friction sorry, it was falling down. The amount of force of friction does not depend on the area of contact of the surface. It really does not depend how much area is in contact. If the weight is enough, even if 10 kg of weight is contacted with on this much of surface, it will have the same amount of friction as it will have on this much of surface. So it does not depend on the contact of surface. Now there are three types of frictions. First one is static friction, second one is sliding friction, and third one is rolling friction. Static friction is something, if you will see, I'm not sure you are able to see or not, but there is a road roller standing right there. Okay, and if you will go and try to push it, it will be very tough to move a standing road roller to bring it in motion. Okay, it will be very tough. A lot of force will be required to do that. So that type of friction is called static friction. When something is kept on its place and we need to move it for the first time, it needs a lot of friction. It needs a lot of force because it exerts a lot of friction. So this type of friction is maximum static friction. Okay. Second comes sliding friction. Let's say we have a big box, okay, heavy box, okay, and it is kept somewhere, and we are trying to move it. So initially we have to apply a lot of force to start it moving. But once it starts moving, even if we apply less force, it will continue moving. Okay, it will slide over it. That type of friction is called sliding friction. When something is sliding, which friction is produced, that friction is called sliding friction. And then comes these things. The vehicles, the buses, trucks, motorbikes, all those things have rolling friction. As you can see, the wheels of these vehicles are rolling. This is the least amount of friction. That's why all the vehicles, all the transport systems use rolling friction, because we have to move, and it will provide friction. So why not to choose the one which is lowest? That much heavy payload is dragged on this road for several kilometers. If it is a sliding friction, I think before reaching the destination, the whole thing will be, ragged and vanished. Okay, but this is the rolling friction which helps us to transport this much heavy load from here to Kanyakumari. Okay, rolling friction. It is the lowest. It is because things roll now. Things don't, they don't, रगड़ाते नहीं हैं एक दूसरे के साथ में. They roll over each other. Okay, and this is rolling friction. So this was it, my dear students. I hope you enjoyed this class. The sun is very bright and shining its light all over, and we understood friction. This was National Highway. I am Rishi Raj, and I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubts,